Being an artist and putting yourself out there, like you really do have to let people in.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking off cam, and you're just saying like you're really shy, and it's hard for you to kind of get into those spaces to show people like, hey, I'm Tamera Russell, and this is who I am, and this is what I do. So what, like, just talk about that, just in terms of.
Yeah, I'm very shy and like private. Some people like growing up with me kind of like, really, but like when it came to like performing and stuff like that, I'll be shaking, my eyes are closed, and even just being an artist now, because it's not me singing other people's songs, it's me writing my own songs and stuff. It's like now I'm actually really letting people in, and like at the same time still discovering who I am. So in that, it's like, you know, self-discovery, self-expression, all that stuff, trying to like hone in on that, and still like not be afraid to expose that side. There's things like even family doesn't really know that I'll put in songs, or like friends and stuff, like, you know, certain things. So it's like my mom will be listening, or my sister will be listening to like my mixtape or whatever, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah. But I mean, it's all love at the end of the day that I receive back, which I mean, I gotta remember, it's you know, it's about what I get back. And if I get hate, then I mean, that doesn't matter. It's about, you know, the love at the end of the day. So.
Absolutely, yeah. You definitely can't focus on the hate, because it's gonna be there.
It's exactly. It's gonna come with it. I gotta just get used to that.
Yeah, they say like if you don't have haters or something like that,
you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong. You ain't popping.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to be popping, right? So haters, come on in.
I love it. So what are some of the things that you've expressed, I guess, or exposed in your music that I guess no one really knew? I
mean, like when it came, like these past 2 projects that I dropped were like, you know, about relationships and stuff, and like I'm never really the type to talk about my personal life like that. If anything, it's me giving people advice, or like listening to people. And some of those, like, I'm not gonna say I exposed anybody, but like some of those things like inspired me to like write certain things, or to you know, produce certain things, a lot of things. So like the last project that I did, Cavity.
Yeah.
It actually kind of was more focused on my personal experiences a little bit, with some like, you know, outside inspiration, but it was more like, you know, coming in on that. And the next project I'm working on now is like completely like, this is me and what I'm going through, like the last maybe 2-3 years up till now kind of thing. And so as far as that goes, but yeah, I feel those are the more like, I was like, should I do it?
Right.
But it relates well with people.
Right.
So it's cool.
Yeah, and those are always like the best projects to listen to and to be a part of, when you can really tell that the artist has really bared their soul and put it all out on the table. Yeah. What are some of the things that are inspiring you now? Well, I know that the next project you're working on, you said it's kind of like a conclusion of everything.
I can kind of like dig in on that a little bit. As far as my inspiration, so one thing I'm finding is becoming a theme in the music industry, and widespread, not even just in Toronto too, but like everywhere. It's just like, you know, mental health. And because everyone has, you know, a brain, and you know, chemical imbalances and stuff. No one has it 100% that I know of anyway.
Right.
So, you know, for me it's just like you know, these past few years kind of, you know, giving myself my mental health the attention it needs, and realizing, hey, you're not 100%. How come? How come you'll be fine like for a few minutes, and then the next like few hours you're like, bleh. So you know, I'm actually like seeking the health and stuff, but I don't want to self-diagnose myself. But I've had my bouts of depression. I have anxiety. It kind of runs throughout my family a little bit, and yeah, so, and kind of a little bit social anxiety. That's where the shyness and stuff comes from. So, you know, digging in on that. And even to shout out to Deja SB, who I've worked with ever since, man, it's probably been almost 2 or 3 years working with her. You know, she's done her little projects speaking about her mental health too. I've always supported her with that. I'm like, listen, anything you need, beats, a feature, whatever the case may be. So, and two, we're actually kind of working on an EP together.
Awesome.
That's in the works. You know, a little exclusive. Yeah. But, you know, so that being one of them, definitely. And, you know, love as usual. Just learning what love is and all that good stuff. And politically, it's too tough to touch on that right now because it's just a bunch of rage. If I were to like make a song right now about how I feel, it would just be a bunch of screaming, like harmonically maybe, like I don't know. So like, it's just yeah, that's where my inspiration is coming from. But inspiration definitely, as far as the producing side, is just and from anywhere. I'm listening to music as often as I can, and like I saw this meme, it's like the littlest sound. It's like, oh, I want to sample that. That's kind of me right now, where I'll be listening to like even like some gospel music or rock or what have you. I'm like, ooh, I'm taking that piece, and I'm trying to flip it. Yeah, so I try not to limit the inspiration, to be honest, but right now just focusing on myself more so is where it would be.
Yeah. You wrote that you wish he was here and that you just want to make him proud.
Oh, yeah. Redway. Yeah, that's the bro right there. I miss him a lot. Even in this project, I mentioned him a little bit. Yeah, I mean, how I came to know him. So I entered into this music competition a few years ago, 2013 I think, and Wonder Girl was one of the judges. And one of the rounds I made it to, I think, top 25, and like we performed in this venue, and like all the judges were there. And I did my thing. She approached me afterwards. She's like, yo, you're dope. Let's exchange like contact information. I'm like yo, I was fangirl. I stand for Wonder Girl. Like she probably doesn't even know, but like I was like, man, like yes. And so we went like maybe a few days, maybe the next day. She's like, hey, so you know, I'm working with my brother Redway. We're doing this project called Years Ahead. If you want to come to come to the studio session, it would be nice to have some creatives in the room. And I was like, oh, yeah, like I was so excited. This was around the time too, I'm new to Toronto a little bit as well, and still like I was still actually working in Brampton, but I'm like, yeah, I'm there. So I think I finished my shift and just like bolted over to the studio. It was late, but hey, they had it from I think 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So 12 hours in the studio. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. I was just excited to be there. I was what's the word I'm looking for? My ambitious self was like, yeah, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna show them whatever. But I just sat in the whole
quiet.
And I'm kind of glad at the same time because I just got to watch everything unfold and just seeing the work ethic of Wonder Girl, and then meeting Redway. He actually picked me up from the subway station and drove me over. He's like, hey, how you doing and everything. He's just from there, he was just such a genuine guy, and we just like clicked from there. You know, just watching him work, and his work ethic as well is really like incredible. He would write a song in that little time, like Wonder Girl is working on the beat, like a song was born in those few minutes. He's just a very kind, smart, talented guy, and it's unfortunate that he's not here to, you know, he was up next, like he was so close. So when I found out, I was actually like, nah, because that same weekend actually that happened, I was gonna go and get a t-shirt from him. He had like his new merch. I'm like, yo, I'm getting paid this day, let's link. So and then like 2 days before that is when he passed. I'm like, wow, okay. So I just spent that whole day in bed. Like,
Yeah.
what? It was really, really shocking. And, you know, I miss him. We all miss him.
Yeah. Yeah, life comes at you fast, man.
Trust
It really does.
That's the motto. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
It really comes at you fast. Is there anything that, because sometimes when that happens, you kind of have a different outlook on life, or you're more determined to do something.
Yeah. So around that time too, I was working on this project where I was actually gonna just focus on my mental health completely.
Mm-hmm.
But then, and then he passed away because I was just depressed around that time. And then he passed away. I'm like, wow, I really can't take advantage of the fact that I'm here right now.
Yeah.
And I can't sit on this gift either. I was like, man, I don't know if this is what I want to do. I don't know if, like, you know, nothing was coming to me. And then I would just remember when he passed, I'm like, man, this guy was in the studio like 12 hours straight, maybe slept for 2 of those hours.
Yeah.
And just, you know, so I'm like, nah, I gotta straighten up. And in that passing, I created like a little tribute song for him where I was like, you know, I sampled the song from the project, Live It. Yes, I think it's called Live It. And the part I took was like, you know, it's your life, fucking live it to the fullest. And I just rapped that to the fullest. So I'm like, man, I gotta live my life to the fullest if I'm still here. And so I just wrote a little tribute. I asked Wonder Girl firsthand, like, yo, I have this idea, with your permission. She's like, yeah, go crazy. I'm like, cool. So, you know, I did that, and it's doing pretty good. That song was successful, and so yeah, I mean, if anything, if anything, he taught me, like, grab life by the balls, take every opportunity that you can, and, you know, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
You know, so.
I know you're a singer, songwriter, and producer. So is that the goal? Like, you want to do it all, or is there one part of that you want to focus on?
That's a good question. I love singing and I love writing for sure. I love producing, and I also am trying to learn how to, like, you know, do like the music and like audio engineering. Because eventually I want to have a label. I want to, like, have a studio of my own and stuff.
Nice.
So I want to have all those skills. I want to hone in on the skills and stuff, so that I can take that to, you know, the next level. If singing is still, like, I mean, as life goes on, I'm sure I'll find things to sing about and stuff. There's always something to sing about and write about, especially, like, you know, politically or just socially, stuff like that. So I mean, I'll probably still do music, like you know, probably still be an artist, but I'm definitely gonna, like, work on artist development and, you know, producing for people.
Nice.
So.